You're driving too fast. Shut up. You made a mistake. No, I'm not coming to your party. Finish the report. Those 5 sentences are incredibly rude. So in today's Jen's Jyugyou, I'm going to teach you 5 ways to be polite in English, including a lot of really great tips to improve your English speaking. First, let's talk about how to share our opinions in a more polite way. So if we want to give someone our opinion politely, we often start with a softening adverb, and then we say things like I think or I feel. In addition, some excellent vocabulary to be more polite are using expressions like a little, a bit, kind of, sort of. These words help to make things seem more polite because it makes what you're saying a little bit more indirect. And when we want to be polite in English, being indirect is often a good thing to do. Instead of saying, "This food is disgusting," I could say, "Unfortunately, I feel that this food is a little bland." Rude, "That dress makes you look fat." Polite, "Personally, I think that dress is a bit unflattering." Rude, "It's too expensive. Don't buy it." Polite, "Honestly, I feel that it's sort of expensive. If I were you, I wouldn't buy it." Rude, "I hate soccer. I want to do something else." Polite, "To tell the truth, I'm not really into soccer. I'd kind of prefer to do something else." Another way in English that we make our opinions a little bit more polite is by turning them into a question. So for example, instead of saying, "You're driving too fast," to be more polite and indirect, I might say, "Aren't you driving a little fast?" Rude, "You've had too much to drink." Polite, "Don't you think you've had a little too much to drink?" Rude, "He needs to look for a job." Polite, "Shouldn't he be looking for a job maybe?" If someone has asked you your opinion about something and you do not like it, instead of directly saying, "I don't like it, it's terrible, it's awful, it's horrible," there are 3 great words in English that we use to express the fact that we don't like something without saying we don't like it. So 3 common words for doing this in English are interesting, okay, and all right. Of course, these words could be positive. That's interesting. Wow, that's okay. That's all right. But if we don't like something, we use those words with a different tone. So if someone says, "Hey, did you like the movie?" and they're really excited, I don't want to be rude and say, "No, it was awful." I might say, "It was interesting," or "It was okay. It was all right." So interesting, okay, all right, actually mean you didn't like it, but it's more polite to use those 3 words. Next, let's talk about how to politely discuss problems in English. To discuss problems, there are 2 great expressions that you can use to start your sentences. You can say, "I'm sorry, but," and "I'm afraid." And "I'm afraid" doesn't mean "I'm scared." It's just another way of saying "I'm sorry." And we put these 2 expressions together with other words to make it seem even more polite. We use seem and appear. This is making what we say more indirect and more polite. For example, we need to postpone the meeting. To make that more polite, "I'm sorry, but it seems we're going to have to postpone the meeting." Normal, "The printer is broken." More polite, "I'm afraid the printer appears to be broken." Normal, "You've overcharged me on my bill." Polite, "I'm sorry, but it seems you've overcharged me on the bill." Rude, "You made a mistake in this document." Polite, "I'm afraid it appears you've made a small mistake in this document." Bonus tip, if you're pointing out someone's problem or mistake to them, if you want to be even more polite, use indirect speech. So for example, instead of saying, "You overcharged me on this bill," you could say, "I'm sorry, but it seems I have been overcharged on this bill." It's taking away the blame on the other person. Instead of, "You made a mistake," "I'm afraid that it appears a mistake has been made." Next, let's take a look at how to refuse invitations politely. How to say no if someone invites you somewhere. To say no to an invitation, of course it's polite to say thank you to the person for inviting you. And also there are 3 great expressions you can use for saying no. One of them is, "I'm not sure." The other one is, "It seems unlikely." And the last one is, "I really wish I could, but," and then you can finish the sentence from there. If someone invites you to grab a coffee after work, instead of just saying no, you could politely say, "Thanks for the invitation, but I'm not sure I'll have time." If someone invites you to have dinner with them at a new restaurant, you might say no by saying, "Thank you for asking me, but it seems unlikely they'll have vegan food that I could eat." If someone asks you, "Are you coming to my party on the weekend?" instead of just saying no, you could say, "Thanks so much for thinking of me. I'd love to, but it seems unlikely I'll be able to make it." Now, let's take a look at how to make polite requests and suggestions. So, asking someone to do something. When we want to be polite for requests or suggestions, we often use the past continuous or the simple past, because this makes it feel a little more indirect, which means a little more polite. We also have 3 great expressions for suggestions or requests. You could say, "I was wondering," or "I was hoping," or "I wonder if you could possibly," and then from there, finish the sentence. Rude, "Shut up." Polite, "Sorry, I was wondering if you could please keep the noise down a bit." Rude, "Volunteer on Friday." Polite, "I was hoping you could please volunteer on Friday." Rude, "Take off your shoes." Polite, "I was wondering if you could possibly please take off your shoes." "I was wondering if it'd be possible for you to help me move on Saturday." "I was hoping you could help me move on Saturday." "I wonder if you could possibly help me move on Saturday." The 5th tip for being polite in English is connected to questions or requests. So we want to make indirect questions in order to be more polite. And the 2 most common ways that indirect questions will start in English are, "Would you mind?" and "Could you please?" Normal, "What time is it?" Polite, "Would you mind telling me what time it is?" Normal, "Where's the station?" Polite, "Could you please tell me where the station is?" Normal, "Hold the door." Polite, "Would you mind holding the door, please?" Normal, "Finish the report quickly and give it to me." Polite, "Could you please finish the report as soon as possible and let me have it?" If you'd like to learn more about how to make indirect questions in English to be even more polite, please check out a video I've made about that over here. And now it's time for Question of the Day. Today's question is, please tell me about a time in English that you used one of the polite tips from today's lesson. Let me know what the situation was and what did you say. Would you mind telling me, please, in the comments below? Thank you so much for watching this lesson. I wonder if you could possibly subscribe to Jen's Jyugyou, and if you could please give this video a thumbs up. Good luck with your English studies. See you in the next lesson.